available and very responsive. But what do you make of the relative responsiveness of the alternate ministers from the other parties versus the ministers from the ANC? Are you starting to see that quite a difference in performance?
Look, before you had this government of national unity, you had a situation like this. Comrades from the ANC would sit at the union buildings and agree to do things. And they would do things according to the agreement. There was no energy in that cabinet. And the approach was to communicate a collectivist face. So this idea that you could have a minister who's shining because this minister happens to be brilliant as an individual, that kind of approach was not encouraged when the ANC was fully in charge of South Africa. What the government of national unity has done, it has changed that and turned that upside down. So if you are a brilliant minister, you shall shine. So if you take the ministers from the DA, Home Affairs, Public Works, these guys, they are clearly on a mission to demonstrate that they are better than the ministers of the ANC. One, they communicate with the public all the time, whatever they do. And you can actually see that there is positive movement in their portfolios. Whether you hate them or you love them, there is positive movement in Home Affairs. There is positive movement in Public Works, for example. Even Gayton McKenzie, by the way, he's making positive noises. You can see there's suddenly the Minister of Sports and Culture seems important. You are right, Khosi Enso is also doing a good job in terms of engaging with the public. But the rest of the other ANC ministers, they actually appear dead. So I'm very happy about it because there's competition within our government to deliver. And as a citizen...
You see, this is what I actually said. You know, guys, sometimes I know that some people, we don't agree with them, we don't like them because maybe their view is opposite to what we have. But I did say that, you know, the DA, one of the things I believe they did was, if we get an opportunity of being ministers one way or another, we are going to make sure that we outperform any person who might be around us. Any person who might be around us, any person who might be in the GNU or who might want to work with us. We are going to outplay them. We are going to out-minister them. And they are doing it right now with some of their ministers. They are making sure they are taking it very serious. And what they are doing psychologically in the minds of the people, it goes into the minds of the people and being like, you know what, guys, I know we hate the DA, but they are doing what we want. They are doing what we've been looking for. They are doing what we want, you know, what we've been crying for. So why are we not giving them a chance? You know, that's where it's actually going. And I will always repeat this point. The ANC is in trouble when it comes to coming back to where they were. If I were them, I don't know, I will spend my energy on certain things than trying and get people to vote us back into the majority, which I don't think it will happen now. It will never happen until I don't know when.
What do I want? I want government to deliver. So I think that it is a good thing. Maybe the ANC ministers at some point will wake up.
Yeah, certainly the feeling I get and the feeling I feel is the responsiveness within those ministries. You know, you used to have this crazy situation. I mean, only in South Africa could our most popular sport is football, and the Bafana captain gets shot to death in front of 10 witnesses, and no police minister will even talk about it for 10 years. You know, that lack of responsiveness we've become so accustomed to that it feels strange to have a minister like Gayton McKenzie.
That's the thing, though. You see, when you have been comfortable in a certain seat, in a certain position, and you don't see your mistakes, and when people show you your mistake, you don't listen, you don't pay attention because you enjoy the majority of the owner ownership, everybody's your minister, you know, you don't even care. When people try about this, you just say, yeah, we will do it, then you don't do it. This is what happens. You get a competition like the DAA ministers, and then you are in trouble. You know, one of the things that he mentions, which I've always, you know, I'm happy about what Mashele is saying, because these are the things that I've been saying long time ago. I think when I started sharing videos about politics, that's what I was saying. I was talking about things that people don't want to talk about. This thing, guys, of always wanting to fit in because everybody is taking that direction, even if you've got a different view. You just have to compromise your view and just join other people, even if you don't agree with them, and then you just want to be there to fit in. It doesn't happen with me. I don't like that thing. For example, I still believe in, even today, that the Shivambo issue. Shivambo, I believe at some point, somewhere, he's going to come back to the EFF. And I will make a special video on that. And I'm going to talk about that, because there are things that Shivambo said when he was announcing his, not his resignation, remember, but he was not resigning. I want you to think about this. He was not resigning. He was not renewing his membership, not resigning. That's very important. I know you will say to me, yeah, you are living in your own world, my man. You start saying all these things. One day, you will be coming to me and saying, this is my guy, you said it. He's going to come back some point, because I believe this is just one of those things they had to do. Listen to me, they had to do so that everything might get strong. You know, and you could tell even when Zuma was addressing, he actually said that Shivambo is a very good politician. He's a scientific politician. That means he's technical. Science, he's good when it comes to that. They needed him in there. Anyway, we're not about Shivambo. We'll make a video about that. You will listen what I'm going to say. I know some of you are not going to agree. It's okay. It's my opinion after all, just like it's his opinion. Let's go.
Like Leon Schreiber, responding to a situation within their portfolios, in this case, you know, regardless of what our thoughts were on the Miss South Africa contestant, where it was a matter that you would expect some comment from the Ministry of Arts and Culture, the Ministry of Home Affairs, as to what went on. And we actually received answers. It felt very strange.
It actually feels not only strange, Mike, let's be blunt about it. It actually felt good. As a South African, I feel good. That when there is a crisis, a matter of public interest, my government responds timeously and sincerely, and it tells us all the facts. That crisis was sorted out in no time. That's not how the ANC has been operating. The ANC has been arrogant. When there's a matter of public interest, they simply keep quiet and ignore the public. We would be debating on radio, talking and calling this and that, and they would simply pretend as if we don't exist. This time around, because there are ministers from other parties, we can see...
Okay, I think we will stop here. When it comes to Mackenzie, one of the things that I appreciate about Mackenzie is he speaks about things that everybody is ignoring as a minister. That means whatever topic is out there and people are ignoring, or previous ministers were ignoring, he's talking about it. He's having opinions on it. You know, that's how it should be. Who else must talk? Who else must actually give us an update? Who else must actually speak about these things except you as a minister? You know, he talks about everything. When he came in, he was exposing some monies that were paid to celebrities. He was exposing everything, everything. That's what people need. They need you to be strong enough to actually respond to things. All you have to do is to respond. When we look at the Chidima thing, okay, the Miss South Africa issue, you look at the Home Affairs. The Home Affairs came in, they said to us that they are not going to respond right now because they are hearing social media and everything like that. They said to us, we are going to go and do the investigation, which is a good thing. But the good thing is they came and spoke. If it was the other ministers, if it was still the ANC, every minister is the ANC, this thing was going to take some time. And I think today we will be crying. What is going on? No, we're still doing the investigations. What? Why? Because of the ANC was very slow when it comes to responding. I don't know, guys, if you are put in a position where you've got power, you can respond the way you want to. It doesn't matter what people are going to say. Just put your point on the table so that we know where your mind is. We knew what Mackenzie thought about the Chidima issue. We knew what he thought about it. And he spoke boldly and said, if she's not South African, this should happen. And when the Home Affairs got the information, okay, and they put together they came back and responded, released their statement. But if it was that government at that time, before the GNU, trust me, guys, even today we will not be speaking. When you think about the story of Senzo Meyiwa, the minister is talking about it. Talking about it, everybody was quiet. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to show up and say, listen, this is what we think. You can even come up and say, listen, guys, let's wait for the court to just finish their job and then we can comment more. But they are not doing that. They are quiet. Everybody has to guess what they're thinking. You know, that's how a minister should actually be. Make sure that whatever comes up, you are out there, you are positive, you are energetic, and you make sure that whatever you do, you are doing it in the interest of the people. Because whether you like it or not, you are a public servant. In as much as you've got your family, obviously, you want to take care of your family, you want to take care of your wife, you want to take care of your kids and everything like that. But at the end of the day, the one thing that you must know in your mind is that you are in a public service, you are serving people. The reason why you are in that position, they told you that you are here to serve the people. So that means your salary comes in because you are serving the people. So that's what you need to do. Simple as that. And when it comes to black parties, let me go back to that point. You remember the video I shared with you? The guy went to a place where they were building, I think it was a project that was done. And then he came there shouting, reprimanding people because they didn't tell them what was going on. They were doing things behind their scenes, behind their back. And then he was complaining, Kenny Kunene came there, and then they tried to solve it. That's the problem sometimes with black people. You see, guys, in as much as we want to come together as black people, but we still have to be strict to each other and say, listen, if you do something bad, if you are doing something out of line, corruption related, we are not going to tolerate you. We are not going to, just like what the Zuma said. He said the people that we have chased away, we have removed, are people that were not doing right. If you are not doing right, you will be chased away. You will be removed. We are not going to tolerate you if you are doing corruption. We are not going to tolerate you if you are doing things wrong. You will have to be removed. Okay? Simple as that. It's not complicated. You just follow the things. You follow everything, whatever. Anyway, you will think that I'm not a minister. I've never been a minister. But certain things, they are very easy. It's just common sense. When you look at the person doing this, you are like, but my guy, why shouldn't you be doing this? Why shouldn't you be responding yet? Why shouldn't be? It's simple. You just need to think. I know some of us, we just want to take whatever. I will always say this. Learn to think independently. Don't think dependently. You're waiting for somebody to say something, then you jump. You go on social media, on the comments, and then somebody, a celebrity, says something, and then you jump, you say the same thing. And then later, when you are wrong, now you feel embarrassed. You don't want to comment anymore. Have your own view. I'm listening to this guy. When I was listening to him, he's an analyst. When I was listening to him, I listened to him, and when he was talking, already I've got my view about certain issues. But when he was talking, I'm happy because he was talking about things that I actually saw in the past, in the previous, when these stories were trending. You know, I was having the same view. For example, GNU, there's nothing we can do about it. It's there. It's happening. Let me give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what they do. You know? Anyway, that's what I wanted to say, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, do the do's, comment, do. Thank you. Have a fantastic day.